Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. What you see on your screen are photos of Arthur Rimbaud after he retired from writing poetry. So he was probably in his 20s, I think. There are very odd stories. He, at least according to the mainstream narrative, he stopped writing poetry out of nowhere around the age of 19. Around the age of 19, 20. I think he crossed the Alps on foot or something, became a gunslinger, all this kind of stuff. I think you might actually see him leaning on his rifle in this photo that you see on your screen. And for me, it's kind of disturbingly touching to see these later photos of him, which are pretty rare because to me, I really just see who I used to be in my old self when I was at my lowest. I believe I definitely had his spirit because I was a really big fan of his. I carried his book everywhere with me. And so it's pretty touching. So in this video, I really want to share a poem of his called Morning of Drunkenness. It's from his book, Illuminations. This is actually a very important poem in so many ways. It is a demonically evil poem where Rimbaud is literally giving us the thoughts and the heart of the enemy when the kingdom comes. So basically what this poem is, I believe it's going to give us insight into the wars that are coming between the sons of darkness and the sons of light. And what this poem is talking about in context is that, when the kingdom comes, when, morning of drunkenness, Christ comes at the rising of the sun. So that drunkenness is evil. So in context, the people of God will have their glorified light bodies. And this poem is talking about Satan being able to counterfeit their glorified light bodies. Now, I can't find the verse. I have tried to look for it, but I believe in the Nag Hammadi scriptures, there is a prophecy that supports this, that it says that in the future, the enemy is going to be like, we're the ones that are like the angels, counterfeiting everything. And so basically this poem is talking about how Satan has the ability to mask being angels of light. And but you already see the defeat in the poem of the enemy, but Rimbaud doesn't care. He just revels in the evil. And I think this also really gives us insight into the photo that you see on your screen, the sarcasm that he wrote in A Dream in Wintertime. So it's really amazing. So I just want to share this poem, Morning of Drunkenness. Morning of drunkenness. Oh my beautiful, oh my good, hideous fanfare, where I do not stumble. Oh rack of enchantments. For the first time, hurrah for the unheard of work, for the marvelous body, for the first time. It began with the laughter of children, and there it will end. This poison will stay in our veins, even when, as the fanfare departs, we return to our former disharmony. Oh, now we who are so worthy of these tortures, let us recreate ourselves after that superhuman promise made to our souls and our bodies at their creation. That promise, that madness, elegance, silence, violence. They promised to bury in shadows the tree of good and evil, to banish tyrannical honesty, so that we might flourish in our very pure love. It began with a certain disgust, and it ended, since we could not immediately seize upon eternity, it ended in a scattering of perfumes. laughter of children, discretion of slaves, austerity of virgins, horror of faces and objects here below, be sacred in the memory of the evening past. It began in utter boorishness, and now it ends in angels of fire and ice. Little drunken vigil, blessed, if only for the mass that you have left us. Method, we believe in you. We never forget that yesterday you glorified all of our ages. We have faith in poison. We will give our lives completely every day, for this is the assassin's hour.